Hello, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Please, if you haven't already, do like and subscribe to my channel. It does help me massively. And also, if any of this resonates with you, I'd love to see your comments, even if you just leave a little emoji or something like that. And if you would like to have a deeper reading, then my details are in the description box, so you can get in touch and we can get into further details with you. So I'm going to be using the archetype cards again today. This is working on 4 different parts of your personality, 4 archetypes that make up part of your personality that are most aligned with what this current situation is happening in your life. Now, if these cards come out and they don't sound anything like you whatsoever, but they do sound like somebody that you might be inquiring about, you know, if someone's on your mind right now, if this is more about that kind of connection, then stick around because maybe this reading will have something in it for you. So let's see what we have today, what we've got for you. So let's see who we're talking to first of all. What is going on for you at this time? Where is your energy? So just really try and be as open as possible. Just allow your energy to flow. Let's see what we have. We have child nature, first of all. I feel like that one wants to come out. Samaritan. This is quite a nice energy so far. So good. Gossip, that one we had the other day. There is something, I feel like I'm getting a message with that actually. I feel like I need to talk about that one at great length in a moment. And judge. I definitely need to give this message. And I'm going to start with that. So who I'm talking to right now, I'm going to look at first of all judge and gossip, because there's an energy here of somebody that feels like you want to shine bright. You want to do something to really stand out. You want to stand in your power and really show the world you, your truth, like who you are and what really resonates with you. But there's an energy around you of people kind of scoffing at what you do. Maybe, you know, not really being very friendly about it, or trying to trip you up over it, maybe trying to make out that you don't know enough about what you're doing. It's creating something in you that I like to call imposter syndrome, which is making you feel like people are saying things to you in a way that is making you feel like you don't know enough, or you don't have everything together to be able to get to this point. Now, the message that I was given earlier, and I have seen this today, I have actually seen this, is when somebody is laughing at what you do or making out that you are, you know, it's not good enough, or it's, what's the word, not invalid, but unnecessary or something like that. Yeah, it's almost like this, what's the purpose to what you actually provide or what you do? Now, when people get like this, when they actually feel like they've got to actively humiliate you or make you feel less than, that's usually the point where you are being seen, or, you know, you're starting to really get somewhere with something because they're jealous. It usually comes down to jealousy. So I feel like you as a person at the moment, you're possibly in a bit of a moment where people are in that jealousy around what you're doing. They don't know how you're doing it. They don't know what's going on, but you seem to be doing quite well with what you're doing. And so because of that, even though they might be doing really well with what they're doing, they want to bring you down because that's how they feel. But it's a clear sign to you that you are doing something right, that you are progressing in a very positive way. You're following the beat of your own drum, you're doing your own thing, and you're doing really well with it. You put a lot of energy and effort into what you're doing. Don't let anybody judge you, or don't listen to the gossip. Don't listen to those that are going to try and humiliate you or put you down or stop you from getting where you need to get, okay? If that means blocking people, if that means unfriending people, if that means not following people anymore, then do it. Because at the end of the day, they can only get to you if you let them get to you. Those things can only hurt you if you allow them to hurt you. Okay? You don't have to let that in. You don't have to let it stop you from what you're doing. Hold your space. Keep your boundary. Allow nothing to come through that's going to try and knock you off what you've worked so bloody hard to get to. Okay? Don't let that happen. I'm quite passionate about that. I feel really passionate about that. So, because you are quite a gentle soul and you are a very helpful person. Again, take it as it resonates. This might be the person that you're inquiring about. It might not be the actually you, okay? But this is a person I see in front of me that just wants to help, wants to give love, wants to be free to like run around in nature and things like this. I think this is actually me, you know, that I'm talking about on here. So refine your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore. So that's the Samaritan. So again, even though you've got this judgment and this gossip and, you know, these kind of naysayers working around you, you still wish them well. You're that person. You're that kind of person. You have a way of you that's like an unconditional love for everything around you. And you're the kind of person that even if you saw a ladybird drowning in a cup of water, you would rescue it. Even if it meant being late for 5 minutes getting somewhere, okay? That is me. I did that the other day with an earthworm. I found it on the road and I had to try and put it somewhere because it was just about to just crisp up. And I thought, I can't leave that. And I saw it on the way to taking my children to school. And I couldn't do anything about it then, but it was bugging me. It was getting to me. And when I came back, I had to move it and put it over there somewhere. It's those little things that make you who you are. It's those little things that are the reason why you are doing well with your craft, why you're doing well with what you are doing. So don't let anybody make you feel like it's silly or irrelevant. That's the word, irrelevant. Don't let anybody make you feel like what you're doing is irrelevant, because it's not. If you are helping people, if what you're doing is serving other people, even if you're an underdog, even if you're not sort of like, you know, really, really popular or something, if what you're doing is helping people, then it's the right thing to do. And if it resonates with you, then keep doing it. It's when these people start gossiping, when these people start trying to knock you off your pedestal, that's when you know you're doing a good job, because they're jealous. I need to swear again then. They're jealous. So you aren't the kind of person that I feel, sometimes people feel like you do things for recognition, or you do things because you want people to reward you or to clap you, but you don't do that. You don't do it for those reasons. You do it because you're a helpful person, because you like to nurture, you like to look after. You know, you've kind of got a bit of an empress energy about you, whether you're male or female. You don't like to see abuse in any way. You don't like to see hurt and things. But when you do see hurt, you have a way about you that is compassion, and you don't go into, you know, dropping into sympathy or self-pity or pity with anybody. You drop into empathy. You've got a very strong way about you, but you appear soft. That's what I'm getting from you. So let's see what your runes are talking about on here. But I do feel like you have had a few experiences where you felt attacked by other people, or you felt other people tried to tread on you. You ain't that small. Behu. Yes. This is why this energy is trying to stop you from going forward with what you need to be doing. You're in a very wealthy energy right now. You're in abundance at this time. And with that abundance, you could do anything with it. You've aligned yourself with a way forward that in your little bubble, in your little world, I feel like you live quite simply in a way. But this energy is kind of like really making you feel like being rewarded by the universe almost. You are starting to feel like all the hard work you're doing, it is paying off. You are getting in what you want. You know, you are having people telling you that you're good at what you do, but you've just got this element of naysayer over here that maybe they might be more popular than you, maybe they might have a bigger following than you, but it's their problem, okay? It is their problem as to why they have to be like that, or why they feel like they need to be like that, you know? Dagas, enlightenment. This is teaching you about, you know, every single day it's a new day. Every morning, if you watch the sunrise, you can say to yourself on that sunrise, like, today is a brand new day and I'm going to make the most of that day. Today I'm going to be blessed. Today I'm going to receive, I don't know, financial reward, or I'm going to meet the love of my life, or I'm going to have my alignment with just feeling content. And Dagas illuminates the path for you. It's helping you to see that path of abundance. But it outshines all of the stuff that holds you back from that. You don't need that around you. And you are shining very brightly right now, to the point where if you keep shining, you're going to shine those suckers out of your life. You're going to shine anything that cannot stand your brightness, won't be able to be near you anymore, okay? It's like those fly zappers you get in the chip shops. It's going to be too bright for them to even get close. And they can burn themselves out trying, if that's what they need to do. If they want to waste their energy on trying to knock somebody else down rather than putting their energy into themselves, that is up to them. I'm quite passionate about this today, aren't I? Have you noticed? So let's see what else we have on here. We have Ingwas. We have this trust. Trust in this. Trust in you. Trust in the universe, okay? Because you're in a very, I keep saying it, but you are in a very fortunate place right now. This has been the collective energy for a couple of days now about there's something, a really lucky energy that's here. Now, Ingwas is making me feel like you've found a way of placing yourself in this container where it doesn't matter what goes on in your life anymore. You're not allowing anything to hurt you. It doesn't mean you're not letting in love, but it means you're recognizing actually what is worth my time and what isn't worth my time. This is like a union with yourself. It's getting a real balance with trusting what you're being guided to do, trusting your purpose, trusting what your soul needs are. You know, when you're in this energy, you don't need anybody else. You don't need anything else, because you are content in your own energy. It doesn't mean you don't want to be around anybody or that you shouldn't have anybody around you, but it's more you being in that space, in this, if you imagine like this diamond around you, it's like an energy field. When you're in that with Fehu and Dagas, you're basically illuminating anything that attracts that wealth towards you, anything that attracts what you've been asking for with your intention, okay? What you've been sending to for yourself, this is what this is bringing in for you. So trust it. You've done a lot of work to allow this to happen. Don't let any fools knock you off now because of that. I mean it. I'm being forceful today. So I'm going to pick a angel card actually to go with your energy. Let's see what the angels are telling you right now. Healing energy. So I feel like some of you may be healers yourself, working as healers. For some of you in this collective, I feel like you are healers. You've done some form of healing work like Reiki or something like that. But this is part of the energy of you having fear of stepping into that role fully because of what people think or what people say, or feeling like this imposter syndrome. So I do feel for many of you, this is who I'm talking to. But you hold the key, and you know you can. I hit somebody here, they're getting like maybe a ringing in their ear. That's your guides kind of like trying to bring your intuition into things. It's trying to allow you to understand, allow you to feel the vibrations, because that's what energy is at the end of the day. It's these vibrations. And when we vibrate higher, when we reach that level, it's like I've said before, you know, some people can't deal with that. They can't stand that, but they also can't understand it because they're not at that level. So it's irritating to them, okay? And that is where you're at, I feel, right now, is you're irritating people with your light and with your vibration. But this right now is for you to place yourself, you know, use that healing energy on yourself. Now, when I say healing, healing doesn't mean fixing. It doesn't mean that you're going to be shiny, brand new and absolutely nothing happens to you and nothing wrong with you. Not that there's anything wrong with you, but what I mean is that you're going to have experiences through life, because that's what life is. We are here to have lessons and experiences, but it's how we navigate those things, and it's how we integrate the lessons that really awaken us to our potential and our truth. And when we allow the opinions of others, when we allow that flow of energy through ourselves to be diminished, or dim our light to fit in a shoebox, that's when we knock ourselves off that alignment, okay? It can be scary at first when you awaken to your light. You know, that's what Dagas is about. It's that enlightenment. You've seen, you know, the Zen monks, they kind of live away from the community in their own space because they're vibrating at that level. You know, reaching enlightenment in this environment is incredibly difficult, because it's just such a pure way of being, pure energy. It doesn't bode well with the arena, if you like. And this is what you're going through right now, is all of the things that you're experiencing is about you being able to navigate your way through the arena, having learnt from the lessons that you've undertaken. And there are times where we have to go and repeat patterns over and over, and you will kick yourself every time you're in the arena feeling like, I didn't deal with that how I wanted to deal with it. Why didn't I deal with that? And that is it. You ask yourself that question. What did I learn from that? What teaching can I take from that? How can I integrate this to move it forward so that next time this doesn't happen? And that's how we go about collapsing patterns. That's how we go about changing our lifestyle. And that is where you're at. So let's see, what is your current situation? See, I've spent like 17 minutes giving you a lecture there. I haven't even picked a tarot card yet. So let's see, what is your current situation right now? If you enjoy my little rant there, though, please do let me know, because I'd like to know whether that was helpful to you or not. Your current situation is being in this moment of, and maybe it's through watching this video, it's like you've had an aha moment. This is like, yes, I've got a new idea and I am being successful with it. You are brimming full of things you want to communicate, ideas that you've got buzzing around in your mind. There is a want, I feel, a desire to communicate something here that will lead to your success. So if you're holding back from truly saying the things that you want to say and doing the things that you want to do, you're blocking yourself from that success, okay? So this is your current situation right now, is like, do you keep it all up here and something else is coming out of your mouth? Align the two. Allow what's up here to come out here. Speak the truth. Allow it to come out. Allow yourself to be seen. Let's see what your challenge is at this time. What is your challenge? Oh, I'm feeling all feisty and like riled up. Strength. Your challenge is strength. So this is a time now to not back away, not back down. It's a bit like feeling like I'm prepping you for a battle. Like I'm prepping you for the big fight or something. You know, I'm going to go and get your spear and your shield in a minute and your armour and everything. And I'll be like, go on. And we'll raise a toast. We'll go skål and then you'll be off. Okay? This is your battle. And strength as your challenge is about you having the boldness and the courage to really step up your game, to step forward. It may have an element of needing to be vulnerable. You may have to expose certain thoughts, feelings, things that you perhaps have been holding back for fear of looking weak, or for fear of people just knowing how you're feeling, because maybe you've always spent a lot of time hiding those things, keeping them in. But now is a time to break open that shell, break it wide open, let people see that truth, let them see that strength within you, own your power. You know, have the courage to really stand up for yourself and really say, this is how I want to live, this is what I want. And if anybody's got a problem with that, it really is a you problem. So let's see what you need to focus on at this time. What do you need to focus on? The Hanged Man. Now, I did see this earlier actually, when I was shuffling before. I did have a wonder if this was going to come out. So what you need to focus on at this time is taking a different perspective, and it's also that surrender. So this is like going, I'm just going to let go of what I've been holding up here. Just going to let go. I'm going to allow myself to take this different perspective. Okay. You know, when you were a kid and you did your first flipping rollover, did everyone, you know, those bars that you've got and you do a rollover on the bar sort of thing, did you ever sort of stop and be like, oh, don't know if I can do this, and like the higher you go and things? But then one day you do it and it changes everything. Because did you know, when you do one thing different to how you normally do, say for instance you try and eat your breakfast with the spoon in your left hand rather than your right, it actually changes your brain waves. So it actually changes some patterns within your brain that actually brings you inspired thought, which then leads to inspired action. So the Hanged Man is encouraging you to take a different perspective. You know, go look upside down for a bit. Do something different to what you would normally do. It breaks a massive chain for you, and it helps you to move forward with that energy. And that is what you need right now. That is what you need to focus on. Now, for some of you, I am getting that this could actually be going to yoga. Now, I am a yoga teacher. I'm not trying to promote my classes or anything like that. But I've just been given something about someone needs to go to yoga. Someone needs to start going back to things that they used to do. So whether that's meditation, pranayama, yoga, it's something like that to put your focus into, to really allow you to get that balance between your head and your body. Yeah. Yoga is union. It means union. So it's getting that balance between your body, your mind and your spirit. It's the quickest way to get there. And this is focusing on taking that new perspective, because there's something, you'll know if you're that person that has been thinking about doing that anyway, has been thinking, yeah, I'm ready to sort of go into those practices. So let's see what we need to let go of. What do we need to release at this time? What can go? What is in the past? Ooh, that's interesting. We've got the King of Wands in the past, what you're letting go of. Now, I feel like this is two different things, okay? If you're the feminine here, this is a particular person in your life that you need to let go of. This is somebody that is a bit of a player. This is somebody that maybe has been hot and cold, stringing you along, not really giving you the full picture. And this is about, it might not be one specific person, it might be many people. So if you're the masculine here, this could be about a feminine that you need to release. You know, letting go of that sort of connection that is pulling you back in, letting you go, pulling you back in, something that's not sure about you. There's a real sexual energy to this particular one. Now, for some of the masculines here, I feel this is actually about you moving away from being a player. So it's almost like if you've got lots of different things going on, different connections, different people, things like that, this is what they're asking you to do, is to let go of that. So there's a few different collectives on there. So just take what resonates. If that doesn't resonate with you, then it's not for you, obviously. But as I say, if you're the feminine here, this feels to me like a masculine that you know what you want, but they don't seem to know what they want with this. And it's almost like you would like a full commitment and they're just offering friendship or friends with benefits or something like that. Okay. So that's an energy of something to let go of. Yeah. And as I say, if you're the masculine here, there's two different masculines here. So there might be the masculine here that needs to let go of that dynamic with some feminines, which is very similar. If there's a female that is sort of pulling you along or something like that, then let it go. But then there's the other masculine there that is about those different connections, that it's spinning you out a little bit, or it's too complicated, or you just don't know what to do about it, and it's really holding you back from being able to move forward with this energy. Okay, so that is what you are being asked to let go of at this time. Okay, so what is your strength then? We've already had the strength card come out. Okay, that's interesting. So we've got the King of Wands there, and we've also got the King of Cups here. So it's almost like you are transitioning from, I do feel this is more to the masculines, okay? I do feel like you're transitioning from this kind of energy of somebody that, they get what they want from attraction and things like that, to someone that's got more emotional intelligence. You're moving more into a place of, it's more like love and support, and emotional, allowing to drop into the emotional body a little bit more. Whereas when you've been in this energy, you've kind of blocked your emotional side, and it's just been kind of a bit transactional, if you like. And that's what it's coming through as on here. Now, for the feminine there, I feel like it's kind of like transitioning from this type of person to someone that is more supportive, emotionally intelligent, caring and loving. Okay, so the strength there is moving towards that sort of energy. So you're letting go of something that's kind of like driven by, I don't know what that was, driven by desire, driven by urge, whereas this is more driven by intelligence, driven by a deeper meaning and knowing. That is your strength at this time. You have the ability to work with your emotional intelligence at this time. It's like you've had an epiphany almost, and it's leading you to this sort of like peaceful way of being. And that's why I say, look at him, he's in meditation mode on here. Sorry, I think my son's phone keeps going off. So yeah, through taking that different perspective, you are allowing yourself to communicate more on an emotional level. That's your strength. That is your strength at this time. Okay, it's a good strength to have. So what is the future then of this particular situation? What is the future of this? What is the future of this? The Wheel. Okay, the Wheel is all about fate, leveling up, change. So something is definitely in your future changing for the greater good. Now, I feel like over the next couple of months, you're going to really start to see these changes. I feel like you're already in the energy of making these changes to be where you're at. But through, not allowing those naysayers, not allowing people who want to laugh or they want to humiliate or they want to try and knock you down because of their jealousy, you're not allowing that. And because of that, you've created this real balance and you're honouring this change that is aligned with your fate for your highest good on your highest timeline. So this is a really positive card to have in your future energy. Okay, you are just, you've moved through and learnt these karmic lessons. It doesn't mean you won't have more karmic lessons to learn. Like I say, we're here to learn lessons, to understand ourselves on a deeper level. Yeah, we have to be in the arena. We have to go through things. We can't run away from that. It's inevitable. This is the life that we live. Okay, but this is about you really understanding and realizing all of the things that you've done have brought you to this point of change. And it's a bit like, what's that film called? Where they can change things. I can't remember now, but there's a film where it's like they can change the course of things. Through, you know, whatever you do, the action that you take, it will change your fate, or change, like, you know, what you're heading towards. And there's different timelines. So what you're heading towards here, if you're leaving this behind, which is very karmic, and moving into this, which is more on this soul level, it is actually helping you to change that fate, to up level. And it's like, you know, the Wheel of Fortune, spin it, see what reward you get, because you're going to get rewards. And that is why people don't want you to do it, because they don't really want to see you moving beyond what they perceive to be right. Okay, you'll know what I mean by that. You should know who I'm talking about, or what I mean by that. So it feels like a risk to you. I feel like something feels like a risk. I can see somebody with, like, you know, those dice that hang down in the car, like on the front sort of thing. I feel like there's something about that. Maybe that's a memory from the past or something. Let's see. But now is time to take a risk, to drive it forward. Let's see what advice we have for you. What advice do we have at this time? Yep, prepare, because your ship is about to come in. So this is basically telling you that, like, you know, you are forward thinking right now, and in your foresight you have seen the future. I feel you know what the future looks like. You know what it is that you want to explore, and this is about you, you know, preparing to take the lead of your own life. And that's what Spirit are asking you to do right now. They're like, right, have you got everything? Have you got your surfboard? Go and catch that wave. And this is somebody, they're waiting, they're ready for that perfect wave to come in. Okay, they're waiting for that wave to come through, knowing that it will, because they've done all the preparations to get it there. Okay, just waiting for that to come in, waiting for that movement. The time is now. Maloko. So let's see what your environment is telling us about. Wow, okay, that's interesting. So there's a bit of a slow energy in your environment at this time. So we've got there's an energy of putting yourself off in a way. So it's like you're feeling a little bit uninspired as to what to do or how to move forward. You've been so much in your head. It's almost like maybe you're getting a lot of headaches at the moment, or feeling just exhausted mentally, and it's kind of slowing the process down. You are slowly and gradually making plans towards what you want to achieve, but it just feels like a lot of hard work. It just feels like a lot of hard work is what I'm getting from this. So in your environment at the moment, there's like this feeling of like moving through toffee and being so stuck in your mind. And that's why, you know, the suggestion here is about doing some yoga, moving your body a little bit, but not in a way of like, you know, going for a run or pumping weights. It's more that yoke, that union energy that yoga brings, that brings everything together. And that's what Ingwas is. It's a union, it's a yoke, it's an egg, okay? And that is what is going to help you in your environment to feel inspiration. You're going to change your ways into inspired thoughts. Remember what I said before about eating your breakfast with your left hand instead of your right? Changing something in your normal routine that's going to create that inspired thought. So we can turn this one the right way around instead of upside down. And then you know that you are in your environment, you feel quite safe and secure in it. And sometimes that's a blessing and a curse, because you feel like that's your sanctuary, that's your safe place. Sometimes you can go in there and like dwell on things or be in that space, and it feels so safe and cozy that you don't really want to move out of it and face whatever it is that you need to face. Okay? It's too easy to do that, but it's not really helping you to move forward, to drive forward, and it keeps you stuck up here. So let's see what is in your hopes and fears right now. We've got the Fool. It's got that Beatles song, The Fool on the Hill. Now, this came out that way up, I believe. Whereas, so the Fool is all about taking a chance, taking a risk. You know, someone that's kind of like, it doesn't really matter whether this goes well or not. I don't really care. So when it's in this position, it's someone that's maybe being a little bit either reckless or isn't wanting to really take any action on anything through fear. It's like you don't have that leap of faith. You don't feel a leap of faith. There's something stopping you from taking that step forward. So it's like, I see somebody, you know, at the end of a bungee rope or something, and you've been thinking about it for some time. You're ready to go, but then you're like, but I can't. Maybe I will. No, I won't. I'm not going to. And it's that kind of energy. It's like, what is really stopping you? Because you know, once you take that leap, it's all going to be all right. You know that. You know it's going to be fine. So why do you stop yourself? What's that one? Yes. Okay. I've just found the High Priestess. She was the wrong way round in the pack there. Now, this is you following your intuition. I do feel this could be about something that needs to be revealed, like a secret or a truth or something that you are ready to reveal. But again, with that Fool card in reverse, it's like there's a fear around that. There's a fear around that being seen and allowing that to come out. Like we said before, you've got the first card we had for your current situation was that Ace of Swords. So there is a need to communicate in order to achieve success. There's a need for allowing that clarity to come out. So let's see what your final outcome is on here then. So what is your outcome? Okay. Balanced, giving and receiving. And the Nine of Pentacles. Wow, it's all Pentacles. That's very fortunate. So keep going in the direction that you're going. Keep working on what you're working on, because it is bringing a lot of abundance for you. For some of you, this is about bringing in financial security. This is a work situation, you're doing very, very good at your job, and that's why people are noticing that and trying to scoff at you and trying to put you off, and you need to keep shining bright like a diamond. That's what the Nine of Pentacles is all about. This is someone that's self-made. You've got yourself there through discipline, through, you know, hard work and knowing and developing your skill and your craft, okay? That is why you've got this. And you're looking really good right now. So the outcome here is about you. You've got this balance going on between giving and receiving. And that's the outcome that's coming out, is that balance. It's so, so fortunate. So fortunate. It's very powerful, because the energy that you are exuding at this time, and this is what you need to watch out for, is When we talk about power, power isn't something that we can own and keep a hold of. Power is something that moves through us. And it has to be like balancing scales, okay? If we try to have too much power over, eventually we're going to tip. If we have a power under, where we allow things to take over us, we're going to get swamped. So this is about you maintaining that balance of power with. So you're constantly striving to know your own power, stand in your power, know when to have and when not to have, when to pull back and when to move forward. And, you know, with this in your hopes and fears, it's sort of like, let this be your hope that you are guided by your intuition. You know, express yourself as you need to, state what you need, be clear with your communication. That will lead to success. Be clear with your communication, even in the face of those that you fear might not regard you. Yeah, don't back away for fear of what people think of you or what they'll say. Don't back away for fear of people challenging what you know or how well you can do something. Stand in your power, but know that that isn't a power that you have over anybody or under anybody. It's a power with. And that allows you to be, you know, this kind of energy. I love this card because it's someone that's actually quite humbly gone about their business, working on themselves. You know, they haven't been hurting anybody or doing anything. They've been working on themselves, and that's why they are so attractive. That is why they glow. That is why they are noticeable and really standing out. And that's through their own discipline. There's no secret formula. It's just through their hard work, through their determination and their ability to keep maintaining that balance of giving and receiving. You have this. This is what you're heading towards. So I don't know who needed to hear all of that today, but I hope that that has helped you, even in some small way. If it has, please drop, I don't know, a heart emoji or a star emoji or something into the comments. Please do like, subscribe, or share my video if you feel like this will help somebody that you know, especially if that sounded like somebody that you know and you think it would resonate with them or help them, then please do pass it on. I hope you have a blessed evening. Thank you.